More people die in car crashes in the United States per capita every year than all other high-income countries. This is according to the Center for Disease Control. I'd like to welcome our audience to this continuing series of Philadelphia Accident and Injury Google Hangouts. My name is Rene. I'm here with Rand Spear, Philadelphia's car accident lawyer. Today we're going to talk about car crashes, wrongful death, and why the U.S. leads in this statistic. Hi, Rand. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, Renee. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Philadelphia. The weather's starting to break a little bit, so it's a little bit cooler, and it's really going to be a nice time of year now.
Well, we have tropical depression number 9. We're battling, so it's rainy and gray, but you know, it's sometimes a change with all the sun that we get here in South Florida. Rand, can you talk to us about the trends in the number of car accidents resulting in death in the U.S.?
Sure. According to the Center for Disease Control report, although the death rate has dropped by 31%, it has not dropped as much as it has in 19 other wealthy nations. In 2013, for example, more than 32,000 people died in car crashes. That is just an ungodly number of people. Unfortunately, the trend is going up, and in 2015, more than 35,000 people are deceased as a result of these crashes. The U.S. had the slowest decrease in road deaths. For example, in Spain and Denmark, the death rate dropped by 75% and 63% respectively. So we really need to take a look at this and figure out what's going on and what we can do to bring these numbers down.
Rand, what are the majority of these accidents and deaths attributed to?
You know, they're mostly attributable to drunk driving, which is no surprise, speeding, and still not wearing seatbelts. There is still a lot of people out there that just will not wear their seatbelts, and unfortunately, it's a very dangerous thing to do. The U.S. ranked number 2 in deaths involving alcohol. Believe it or not, Canada was number 1. The U.S. also ranked number 3 or third lowest in seatbelt use, especially for children under 12. So I implore the parents, please make sure that the children are in seatbelts, in car seats, in everything that's necessary to protect the children. The report goes on to say that more than 3,000 lives could be saved just by improving seatbelt use. So it's really important. Nobody thinks they're going to be involved in a catastrophic accident, but you just never know. So the key is to take necessary precautions. Don't drink and drive, wear a seatbelt, and don't speed. Take the necessary time. You'll get there, even if you're there 10 or 15 minutes later, you'll get there safely, and that's the most important thing.
Well, that's some sound advice. Here in South Florida, we have something called, you know, click it or ticket. So, you know, just put on your seatbelt, and chances that it'll help in the long run if you're ever involved in a car accident. How are wrongful death cases involving clients that were killed in car crashes different than other motor vehicle accidents?
Well, the most important difference is that the person that's deceased is not here to testify. So we don't have their rendition or version of the facts, how it happened, where it happened, why it happened, their pain and suffering, and it really falls on the beneficiary or the heirs of the estate. We usually bring suit on behalf of the administrator or the executrix of the estate. And it's usually such a tragedy. And the clients that I represent are just so heartbroken when something like this happens. You just don't realize how devastating it is. So I just encourage everyone, especially with the upcoming holiday season now, to just be extra careful. Slow down a little bit. Have a designated driver. Make sure that if you're going to be drinking, you're not going to be driving. And by all means, wear your seatbelt and make sure that everyone in your vehicle is also wearing your seatbelt. You know, before you start the car up, just say to everyone, let's all put our seatbelts on. Just that little bit of extra caution goes a long way. So do whatever you can to avoid these kinds of tragedies.
Yeah, if we can just do a little bit, then you know, hopefully we can avoid losing a loved one, because that's you know, a harsh, bitter pill to swallow.
Absolutely, and it's tragic, and it affects everyone's lives for the foreseeable future. And if it's something that can be avoided, we as a nation should rise to the occasion and take all the necessary precautions so that we can be safe.
If you have a case in Pennsylvania or New Jersey related to a car accident or any other injury or accident, please call Rand Spear, the accident lawyer, at 888-373, the numeral 4 and the word law. Or you can always visit the firm at www.randspear.com. Again, Rand, you know, thanks for sharing your experience and knowledge with our audience.
Absolutely, Rene. It's good to hear from you. I wish everybody a safe and healthy holiday season. Please drive carefully and don't hesitate to call me if you have any questions.
Sounds good. I want to thank everyone today who helped make this possible. I invite our audience to come back and hang out next time when we'll be discussing a new and important topic. That's all for now, and goodbye. But again, remember, information contained in this video should not be construed as legal advice. Content is for information purposes only. Nothing contained herein shall constitute an attorney-client relationship.